Hey guys, it's DracoHomicida here, and I am bringing your Hey guys, it's DracoHomicida here with.
We have a typical entrance, and it's called screwing up 3 or 4 times.
Yeah.
We haven't gotten a uniform way of doing it, so we just kind of mess up in random different ways every time. It seems to work pretty well. Leave comments on how you would prefer us to do it, and we might take them into consideration. But a quick note about that. They're generally left in a mailbox and then sorted in some strange way, which I am not aware of because it's across the country from where I'm in.
Yes, but it might possibly be by a postal worker. We might never know. That is, if Google employs postal workers, but I don't think they do. You know, I can just see that amusing. I think that's just putting an amusing picture in my head with a postal worker sitting at a desk in like the postman's delivery uniform, delivering emails to individual people.
We are sorry. We cannot take your call at this time because we are too busy delivering emails. That unfortunately would be the message that every postal service around the country would get. I mean, you would
yeah.
Just think about it this way: you're trying to send a package, right? And you want to use USPS. You're gonna walk into the postal service, and there will be a recording sitting there saying, "We are too busy delivering emails."
Yep, it's just gonna be a tape recorder sitting right there on the counter.
You look across the room, and the telephone cable is unplugged. That you would be thinking, oh, no problem, right? But they're still on dial-up. And their telephone cable is unplugged.
That could be problematic.
And the recording is going on. It's like a tape record. And yes, I did just say tape record. It's playing. And it's still playing. And somewhere, the world's smallest violin is ringing and delivering emails. It's a pretty small violin, but it can do it.
Please comment if that.
Bite-sized.
Please leave a comment if that made any sense to you. Okay, but anywho.
Anyway, it does seem like we have an interesting game with 2 Chandeliers and a Nivea. Don't see very many of them. Heimerdinger, I've never seen that skin before, but probably because I don't really look for skins. But that actually is a pretty cool one. I like that one.
That's one of the better ones, yeah. And then it looks like we're going to have a jungle Nocturne and a jungle Udyr just based off summoner spells, but we shall seize.
We've seen this Nocturne jungle before. He actually does a pretty good job at doing it, but then he ends up kill stealing everyone.
Yeah,
which
but
is not really a surprise.
And we'll see here. It looks like Kennen's going mid, and then the whole purple team just got everybody except Trindy and Anivia, and I'm not sure what Trindy's playing at, going with no items. Maybe he just forgot to buy, but I don't know.
Well, Heimerdinger's gonna go meet Anivia. If no, Anivia is AFK, and looks like Trindy is 2.
Ooh.
Oh my goodness.
Anivia got a random champ. That's too bad for them.
And Trindy...
Looks like Nocturne's going to gank their side, but... Oh, 3! Straight into 3 of the champs, and... Looks like Heimer might have actually helped there, but... Oh, wait. It's like he is going to actually dive, but... Does not going to get that Nocturne, sadly. Not do enough damage. Caitlyn's bouncing around.
Now, early game, it's always a good idea to focus one particular champion, but Nocturne is not one of those champions that you really want to focus because he has quite a bit of escape mechanisms early game, simply because he can empower himself, and then also he had a flash, which he actually didn't need to use. Oh, yes, yeah, never mind. Yes, he did. But he's not one of those that you would want to lock down. But then again, they didn't really have a choice in the matter.
Yeah, he was the closest one. So, Anivia is
we have some Spanish lingo exchanged between the English-speaking team and the one Spanish person here.
Yeah, at least as far as we can tell, the only Spanish person here. Looks like Heimer does know that Caitlyn's there, but Caitlyn is doing a good job at leashing that blue for Udyr. And... Oh, but Nocturne is probably going to get the steal off on it unless Unless Anivia can hold them off. Okay, they... Looks like Udyr did get the blue. Did not get it stolen, and then he is headed down mid. Kennen taking up mid, Caitlyn taking bottom.
It's actually a really good idea for Caitlyn to do that, simply because if they can have a carry that farmed this early on, they're going to have a great advantage over Purple, because Purple really doesn't have controllable lane right now.
Heimer trying to just dodge out of the way of Tryndamere here, and oh, looks like Nocturne came in to help, which, nope, Trindy is going to escape. Although it is going to be a close run thing if Nocturne hits some of his abilities. He could have actually, in fact, hit the hit his Duskbringer, or the one that shoots out the wave of the claws thingy that then leaves the trail behind him and caught up to Tryndamere that way. But I think he would have gotten behind tower, or Nocturne could have actually caught up.
Now, just to focus a little bit on bot, there isn't really much happening. But on top, Anivia is really getting pressed back by Ahri and Gragas.
Yes,
That's not good.
I'm surprised they
really should send...
I'm really surprised they dropped somebody, that they only dropped one top and one bottom, although their Tryndamere does seem to be AFK, so... which is not a great sign. Oh, and looks like... well...
First blood.
Yeah.
Blue, that's actually quite good, considering they really... I'm surprised they would have gone there.
Well, I'm not. They didn't get it earlier, which is what shocked me. I'm really surprised they didn't get that Nocturne. That was a close run thing. Dang. And then, so that Kennen mid is a force to be reckoned with.
Kennen always is. Kennen's one of those champs that you don't realize how much unlike Teemo Kennen is until you start facing her, especially like in a team fight, because Kennen does considerably more damage faster.
There's a gank on top from Udyr, but I am just reinforcing that Kennen is in fact a guy. I have read the lore, so...
In either case, because I don't even know if I misspoke or not, because I don't remember, Kennen does a lot of damage.
Yep.
And it's not something that you would expect. And also has actually quite good escape mechanics as well. I know from playing Kassadin and chasing Kennen, it can be quite difficult to catch Kennen.
Udyr is doing a much better job at jungling than Nocturne is. That could prove fatal when it comes down to it. Or that could prove fatal for the purple team when it comes down to it.
Well, looks like Trindy came back for blue.
Yeah.
So it will actually be a 5v5, which is definitely a good thing.
Yeah, and then we have Udyr possibly ganking bottom with Trindy. Although Trindy just is there. Trindy killing Trindy. No, not yet. But Udyr is uncertain on whether there is a room for a gank, but there apparently is, and gets that stun down. But sadly cannot pull him in. And then it's like Heimerdinger just returning to base there. Now, having spoken to some of these players, I have learned that what we were calling random pinging earlier is actually their form of calling MIAs. In terms of that they just ping themselves when the opponent is out of lane. So, just interesting fact.
In essence, this makes sense because it does go faster, but I guess it's always their choice for communication.
Yep.
And it's probably why, even though we were criticizing both teams on communication, why one team actually did do better than the other.
Yeah, although...
And there's the display of Kennen's high burst damage.
Udyr coming in with his bear form, allowing for a stun. Although, ooh, so close on that shuriken. Almost had him, but... Heimerdinger turning back around, coming right back into lane, which was kind of surprising me, but I think he might... Hopefully he'll take a little bit more of a cautious position. Nocturne and Udyr are just trying to outmaneuver each other. And oh, it looks like Nocturne got the drop on Udyr, but Udyr getting the stun down, and Kennen, it looks like he might be coming in. Oh, Caitlyn coming right up behind Udyr. I don't think anyone saw that one coming. That Trinity may need to get a little bit more, get his poop in a group, as it were.
Trinity, now I'm not sure exactly what Trinity's doing. It looks like he's coming up to try and help with the